did a scarf and I crocheted it actually, and here's like what it looks like. It's longer than this, but this is just like, what it looks like. Is that a good view?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you. And took me a while because crocheting takes a long time. I had to have patience, and something I learned. Oh, okay. So I really just picked up crochet. Well, like I used to do it when I was younger, but I picked it back up when a couple of months ago, and I started having wrist problems. And not only do I crochet, I braid hair as well. So like the repetition and stuff. So I had went to the doctor and I found out I have like pre-carpal tunnel syndrome. So like it was it was a lot to take in because normally when I had like pain in my wrist, I would just be like, I can just push through it. I can, I don't I could just go through it, no breaks or anything. I'm not used to taking breaks because I like getting everything done and then taking breaks. And I had to learn to take breaks and just pre-plan, also yeah, planning as well, because I'm a very big procrastinator. I do stuff the last minute, but ever since the carpal tunnel stuff, I had to pre-plan everything, and it's just a lot. And not only that, but like I got it in my right wrist, my main one, and then I write with that one too. And then I'm in zoology too, and we do a whole lot of notes and stuff. So it's like I said, it's a whole lot of planning, and I tried my hardest to not procrastinate and get my homework done ahead of time so I don't have to struggle and try to do everything the same exact day and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That was awesome. It was a beautiful scarf. Do you use it?
I think I was planning on donating it.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Did you
Yeah.
teach yourself?
Huh?
Did you teach yourself to crochet?
Um, technically, well, like I learned it back when I was younger, like 8 or 9ish, but my grandma stopped doing it and she was the one who taught me, so I stopped. And then I just picked it back up a couple months because she showed me all her yarn and stuff that she hasn't used yet. And I was like, ooh, I should try to pick it back up again. And that's what I did.
That's cool.
Like right now, like currently right now, like I'm doing a skirt.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
I crochet too, so I know how much it hurts the hands, and I
Oh,
don't have
you
carpal
do?
tunnel, so that's impressive.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. I just wanted to get out the way. That's why I went
There
first.
you go.
Done.
Procrastinator. That's awesome. Okay. Does anyone want to go next?
I can go.
Okay, yay.
I got slides, so do I need to share my screen?
Yeah, let me make it so you can share your screen and then you can show the slides while you talk. It should be allowing you to share your screen now.
It is. Can you see it?
Mhm.
Okay, so my project was the evolution of the WNBA. I chose this topic because one, I played basketball. I've been playing it for 5 to 4 years now, and I also play rugby for 5, almost 6 years. I chose this topic because I feel like the WNBA or any sports, any female sports, don't get a lot of appreciation as male sports. Some background information about the WNBA. It's all started April 21st, 24th, 1996. It was new to the US and everywhere else. It started off with 8 teams and 8 different teams. And currently there's 12 teams. And in the future, hopefully there's more. The first woman to be drafted into the NBA was Louisa Harris. She got drafted to the New Orleans Jazz in 1977, She was the 137th overall pick. She didn't get to play with them because she got pregnant. So, some comparisons between NBA and WNBA. The salaries are really important, not to me, but like for any female, because as you see, NBA gets paid 7.7 million, and then only the WNBA only gets paid $79,000, and I feel like it should be even because they play the same sports. Um, the last bullets, you can see that their highest player is Stephen Curry, which is 40 million, and in WNBA is Brittany Griner. She plays for the Phoenix Suns, and hers is 113 and 500. Um, some history players. Cheryl Swoops was the first woman to sign in the WNBA. She had 3 MVPs, 4 NBA titles, and she also made her first female shoot. Lisa Leslie was the first one to she was a leading scorer, and she was also the first one to dunk as a female. Rebecca Lobo had led the Kentucky Suns to their first championship in 1996 with a height of 6'4". Currently, Sue Bird. She has 4 championships and she just won an MVP. And she's also my favorite player because she's around my height, 5'9", 5'10". Tina Thompson was the first pick in 1997. She averaged 20 points a game with 10 rebounds. She currently coaches for the Virginia Cavaliers women's basketball. Here are some teams that currently play. I don't want to read all of them, but here are some. And then upcoming stars. We have now, I feel like since then, I'm going to stop. Oh, here's my sources. But I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. But now with the upcoming stars, I feel like now we've progressed more and more because now you see Kobe Bryant teaching his daughter Gianna and Sabrina, which is another one, and you got Paige, and it's just a lot of females. And at North Central, you got people like Meg Newman and Nakai. It's just a lot. So I feel like if we, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I feel like if we just could, as females, continue what we're doing and spreading the word, we'll soon make it as the NBA. That's it.
That was awesome.
Nice job.
Good job.
Awesome. Okay. Does anyone want to go next?
I'll go.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to share, or you just gonna present? Like,
It's
oh, perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, love it. Okay, go ahead.
I put a lot of work into this, so it's really it's a lot. So
Awesome.
for this first semester of the year, I was in A-push, and so I was having a hard time deciding whether or not I was going to knock 2 birds out with 1 stone and do my NHD or do a separate project. I decided to go with NHD because of my experience. So the theme was communication, the key to understanding. And so my parents suggested I learn about the Navajo code talkers. And the Navajo are a tribe in New Mexico, and they helped use their own language to make a code for World War II in America. I have a bunch of like normal, some of their code words or from their language and what they mean in their code. Like there's their word for bombs was eggs, and the word for tank was like a tortoise, or a battleship was whale. And you can kind of see the similarities of why they would be called that. And then I also made this 3D model out of cardboard. It's not that realistic, but I tried to make it as close as possible. So it's kind of like a radio connected to a walkie-talkie. And it would connect to like a frequency. So one Navajo code talker would have a backpack that would have this in it, and they would run messages back to the base for like support or anything that, or asking for what the orders were on point of attack. So I'm gonna come closer so you can take a look. We got World War II on one side, background on the Navajo on the other side, and then in the middle where they come together. I had one source that was actually a code talker, and he actually had some pictures, and his name was Chester Nez. He was like one of my best sources. And so, yeah.
That looks great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did
Did
you
not
know? Did you know this guy, the Chester Nez, or was he like someone that you just found on Google and he had?
No, it wasn't Google. So my strategy for researching for most NHD projects or any projects at all is I go to the internet first to see what I can grab there, like for as much reliable resources as possible. Then I'll go to the library for books, and I found this one book, and it literally said Code Talkers, and it was a biography by Chester Nez, written by this Judith Avila. So the Code Talker literally told his story of what he did in World War II and what all of his other what all of the other Navajo code talkers did during World War II to the author or to the writer, and she wrote and published the book. And there were pictures in it, and that was one of the pictures.
It's very super interesting. I'd never heard of the Navajo code talkers until
Yeah.
you started talking to me about it for your project.
It's called Wind Talkers, and it's on Amazon, featuring Nicolas Cage. Because Code Talkers were also called Wind Talkers, but I referred to them as Code Talkers throughout the entire project.
That's awesome. Thank you. Learned something new.
Okay, does anyone, we've had a lot of good volunteers. Anyone want to go next?
Kevin's been trying to go for the last 2 or 3 times, so let's let him go.
Kevin.
How much time does each person get?
A few minutes, just, again,
Okay.
pretend we're just walking up and we want to know about your project and you're just telling.
Okay. Well, then can I share my screen because I made a Google slide?
Yes, it should be allowing you to at the bottom. The green share button should be there.
There you go. All right. Hopefully, this actually. Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay. So, so my personal project was why violent video games don't make teens any more violent and/or aggressive. So 90% of American boys play violent video games such as Call of Duty or Battlefield, which led adults to worry and ask the question, do these violent video games make teens any more violent in real life? How do I continue this really? Actually, I'm not going to do it like that. I don't like it like that. I want to see the whole thing. There's a lot of information that I did to research this topic, and a lot of the information is almost the same, where it's just these violent video games don't make teens violent, that they just make no, they don't make teens violent. They prove the opposite, that most teens use video games as an escape from reality, or as an escape from some of the violence that they're dealing with, maybe at home or in school. And I think that's like pretty cool that kids are finding other ways to help themselves than from, picking a fight at their house or picking a fight in their school. And here, I'll move on from this one. Most parents don't want to accept the fact that their son or daughter were already violent, and playing video games didn't make them violent. It was the person playing the video game was already violent. And there was one of the studies unfortunately used one of the school shootings back in 2017 to prove this fact, saying that he said that, yes, he played video games, but he didn't shoot up the school because of the video games. He did it because he wanted to, and the video games had nothing to do with it, even though they were trying to use the argument that, oh, he played video games to shoot up the school. These are 4 people that consider themselves gamers, who I asked personally what their name was, their age, how many hours a day they played video games, when did they first start playing video games, and do they think violent video games make teens violent, or if they've ever wanted to recreate a violent scene from a video game in real life. And most of them, as you can see, said no, not at all, because they would never do it, or because they know it's for entertainment and would never do anything in those video games, that games are games, that they're smart enough to realize what's fictional or what's real. In conclusion, my last study shows from, how do I call it? What is it called? The Supreme Court of the United States quote, and I quote, that psychological studies purporting to show a connection between exposure to violent video games and harmful effects on children do not prove that such exposure causes minors to act aggressively. So there you go. It's kind of the answer to the question. If you want to believe the Supreme Court of the United States, if you want to continue to make the argument, no, they do, go ahead. But the Supreme Court just told you the answer. It does not prove that violent video games make teens any more violent. And then here I just have a bunch of photos showing the video game sales per violent gun deaths in this one. And it shows that USA doesn't sell the most video games, but unfortunately they do have the most gun deaths per year. And that study was taken in 2017. It shows that teens who play video games, or 97% teens play video games, and 75% of those teens play racing games or puzzle games, because not every game is violent. So yeah, and then I have my works cited. So last but not least, I prove that, these violent video games don't make teens violent. They need to stop blaming the games and just let us have fun.
What's your favorite video game, Kevin?
Oh, that is a hard. It's a weird game. It's a game called For Honor. It's sort of a fighting game. It takes place in like the medieval times of like the long time ago. But yeah.
Cool. Good job, Kevin.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah, a lot of good research. There's a lot of sites on here. We're excited. And I like the way that you concluded that with the Supreme Court piece. That was very well done.
It's literally the answer. I feel like I had to finish it with that because it's literally the answer.
That's great.
Kevin, what point did you find that in your project research? Did you find that at the very beginning, or did you find that like at the end of your research that you just realized you have to put that in there?
The Supreme Court and
Yeah.
like what they said.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I found that towards the end. I found that around like November-ish is when I found that specific site, and I was like, oh well, I'm changing up my entire conclusion. And there went my internet.
Well, I found it incredibly fun. Would have found it incredibly funny if you had found that like the very first source.
Okay. Who still has not gone?
Lane.
Lane.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen though?
Yeah, you should be able to share your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the green button should be there.
All right. So my project is how to take care of horse. So the reason I chose this topic is horses are like my favorite animals, and I really like them, and I know so much about them, but and I'm still learning how to know about how horses are. So like my first thing is like how I approach the horse. So when you see a horse, you gotta like cause attention and let the horse know you're there, and that's one important thing. And if you want to get up close to the horse, or if I want to get up close to the horse, I gotta move very slowly, and I don't gotta be like so loud and all that. And once I get up to the horse, how you say it? Avoid the head. Like don't go towards the head. Go to the his shoulder, the side of the horse, and pet him, and yeah. And then next thing, he might like start smelling you, sniffing you, cause he wants to get to know you, and as you want to get to know him. Same thing as how not to approach a horse. Uh, excuse me. How not to approach a horse is as you can see a picture of this horse here. You gotta be careful because um I meant to say pay attention to their ears, because if their ears are down, that's how they feel angry and upset, and I know about that already. And the thing I know is don't run towards the horse, stay out the kicking zone, like don't go behind the horse. That could be dangerous, and yeah. And like I say, like approaching the horse, you gotta let them know. Don't sneak up, and because they'll get scared, or yeah, because these are wild, horses are wild horses, and some of them they're like defensive and they get scared. And uh, I said I say this to stand in a certain place, and could be good while you're cleaning. If you're like brushing the horse or cleaning the horse, cleaning their hooves. Um, the only thing is you gotta stay as close as possible, and be careful of the basic body language. And to go around the horse is I say you keep your hand in their hip as you go around the horse to the other side. And the other thing I know is I learned this from my dad. he told me if a horse gets scared, I need to learn how to calm down a horse, especially when you're riding the horse, because I mean that could be dangerous if you ride a horse and the horse gets scared. They might like sometimes they might throw you off and ain't good. And the only thing is be calm when you're about to calm a horse. And yeah. The other thing is I learned how to clean the hooves right and be careful to any sensitive area, especially like the middle of the part of the horse hoof. They're sensitive, and I got to be careful when I use the hoof picker. That's how I call it. When I clean the horse hooves. And one thing I know is how to pick it up is by go to one side and then rub your leg down. I say I don't know. Worn down the horse leg, and that's how you gonna lift the leg. And oh shoot, and how to saddle a horse. And this might be an important thing for a horse. When you have a horse, is before and after riding a horse, and you gotta brush the horse any skin that got trapped in I say any like skin gets trapped in the I don't know how to say it, the straps or shin. I don't know how to say it. Um, to check that and see if any skin or like got trapped like that. You ride a horse, stay calm. Don't get scared. Don't get scared because some horses they might feel your fear, and they might get nervous, and they might get scared too as well. And as you're riding the horse, stay in your seat and like sit down. Establish a good center to the horse, and I rather use Western bridle. Um, I don't know. I just say that might be good for me, but to steer the horse left and right. And I'm gonna say this: if you want to stop the horse, you gotta like pull the bridle back slowly. Don't yank it. Um, to do that is you gotta do some groundwork. And you can approach the horse, but it'd be better if the horse comes towards you. And like I said, be the leader. Like, yeah, to make some groundwork. Um, what else? I forgot. Um, that's it. And this is how I learned horses.
Lane, do you have a horse?
No, but I work at this ranch where this man owns horses, and I work there, and then yeah.
That's awesome. Well, when we get back into real school, come see me sometimes because I grew up raising horses, so I'd love to talk to you.
You did,
Uh,
Linda? So did I.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Appaloosas. So
We
I guess-
We didn't raise them. We just like showed them in 4-H and did stuff like that. But
Mm.
that was really
So we-
good, Lane.
All right.
yeah, very well done.
Good job.
Now I want to go ride a horse.
And the sun out.
I'm out.
Man, that's good to ride a horse.
It does remind me of when I got to ride a horse at Camp Flat Rock, a YMCA camp.
Mhm.
I still remember the name of the horse that I got to ride. His name was Angus.
Thing. So. That's the thing, cause when I learn about like how people become friends with the horse, it's truly incredible that people and horses can do things together, and when the horse agrees to trust that person, it shows us and often some horses they judge humans, but some of us we might pass the test. Like I don't know how to say it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. I thought your PowerPoint was nice with the difference, like the pictures and the drawings plus the information. I thought you did a really nice. Actually, I think all of you in your PowerPoints did a really nice job. And
Thanks.
Michaela and with yours, I know you didn't have PowerPoints, you didn't need to, and you guys all did it. I thought you all did a very nice job.
You're all great. Thank you guys for sharing them with us.